Double, gobble and trouble.
Wild Turkey put me down for a double.
Double trouble. Wild Turkey, Kentucky Straight Bourbon 101. High rye, 101 proof, hence the name. So it's going to give that little extra punch and a little bit of spiciness from the rye. So I'm really interested in trying this one actually.
Yeah, I haven't actually had the Wild Turkey 101 or any of the Wild Turkeys really. Most of my foray into bourbons has mostly been like Makers and Marks and you know, Jim Beam and products of alike. Yeah,
it's going to be good trying out the good old Wild Turkey's offerings, see what they got going on down there. This one sounds pretty cool and special, and it seems to get very, very popular out there. So it's going to be really interesting to give this one a little taste. So they've been offering it for a very long time, and I have been really wanting to take a step into the higher proof offerings. You know, I'm not content with just 40% ABV anymore. I want to bump that flavour up a little bit, and that's one of the reasons why I jumped for the Wild Turkey 101. Good value at that ABV point. They got their famous little turkey on the front. What I have noticed on their newer bottles and also the more expensive ones is they've moved the turkey into like a glass embossing on there instead of just the sticker, which I've noticed there was another company famous for it, Naked Grouse. It's a Scotch whiskey brand called Naked Grouse, and I'll link it in the comments below. And their labeling is so minimalist that it's basically, you see this grouse front and there's sweet FA writing on it. So it's like, this is where we are. If you don't know what it is, then don't buy the bottle. You know? Kind of thing, I feel like that. So
I'm just thinking like of like grouse, kind of like a wild one. Like what?
But yeah, nice looking bottle, higher proof, good old classic bourbon, I feel like. And I have noticed the Americans do go for the little tape across the top there, because we know the Mictors like doing that as well. So yeah, a little Americana, I feel like.
Yeah. I wonder if it's just something like putting a seal over, you know, because we also noticed that in like the Polish vodkas and that as well. So what do we got here? Bold, genuine, true.
Alrighty, let's crack it open.
I guess you do the honors.
Alrighty, should we slit this neck of the Wild Turkey?
Alright.
Go, go, go.
Reminds me of running around with Oma.
I wonder where the Wild Turkey. I'll have to look up the story behind the turkey.
Yeah,
I do not know that, and that's going to be interesting.
Good for research. You know, before we start this episode.
I could imagine. You know how like the native Indians go on the spirit walk and they find their spirit animal. I wonder if like the founder of Wild Turkey was like on a spirit walk and the turkey was his spirit animal or something like that. That would be funny.
Came up to him. It was like, make the bourbon, gobble gobble.
Oh yeah, that's nice. Now, the notes for this, simple, love it. And they're from the official Wild Turkey tasting notes, and they tried not to overcomplicate it, which I think in sometimes is a good idea, because you can just make it where you're almost like saying that the customer's a bit dumb, because it's hard to find it, but they'll just give you a very simple, very brief note. Now, I can actually smell it from here, and it's smelling nice already without even bringing it up to the nose.
Yeah, it does fill the area out quite quickly, doesn't it?
It definitely smells like bourbon to me. Like straight away, I'm getting that bourbon. Yeah. You're getting a hint of vanilla.
For me, it's a little bit harder to take that vanilla, but yeah, I see what you mean by bold. It's just like sort of like, you know, a big Texan just walks up to you in a bar and it's just like, howdy. And it's like, ooh, hello.
In a husky voice, howdy. Now, the tasting notes, they've given us one word, vanilla.
I like it, just straight shooter, just vanilla.
Where you got the other ones where it's like, it's a dry rock. You know? You're grasping for a novel, but I like it, just Wild Turkey's like, it's vanilla.
Vanilla, yeah.
But I like it, it's sweeter as well. It feels sweet. If you said this was 50% ABV, I wouldn't believe you. You know, it's there, it's got a nice aroma to it, but it's not like a punch in the face, like this is alcohol, like you get with vodkas and that. This is a barrel char number 4, aged around 6 to 8 years. So above the minimum standard, I think 3 years for straight Kentucky bourbon is the minimum requirement, and they've gone for around 6 to 8 years. So a little bit longer in that barrel, a little bit more aging, a little bit more flavour and boldness, and they're not proofed down as much, so you get that nice 50% ABV flavour.
All right, we're not here to fornicate with an arachnid, so how about we give it a taste?
Cheers. Spice on the end, and the droids you were looking for. Taste, now this is good. Sweet, bold, smooth.
Okay, yeah.
I'd agree with that, because that extra strength on the 50 ABV, but it's not like the kind of ABV, so it's got the boldness to it, and the finish is spice with a bit of orange peel.
Yeah, it definitely had that spice on there and everything else. And that boldness really comes through. Yeah, I kind of like.
I feel like that spice wakes you up. So if you wanted a nightcap to calm you down, maybe not this as much.
Not the turkey?
Not the turkey, but midday, mid-afternoon, want a little alcoholic, pick me up. I think this would be ideal. You're getting tired playing your banjo on the porch. Is that racist? Should we cut that out?
Yeah, because there's no real Australian equivalent. Playing your didgeridoo on the back porch.
Playing your didgeridoo on the back porch and you're getting a bit tired. A little bit of Wild Turkey 101. But yeah, I can't, if you said this was 50% ABV, oh man, I can't detect it.
Like, it does have a little bit more bite, but you wouldn't think that, like, it's sort of that much more.
For me, it's like sweet, then vanilla, then spice. The right spice. They didn't Colonel Sanders the shit out of it. 7 secret herbs and spices, but it's good. It's like it creates an interesting, complex finish.
Okay, yeah,
I'll put it that way.
I can see that.
It doesn't wash away. Kind of gives you a cool spice on the end of it. You're like, oh, that's interesting on those ones, but it's still very bourbony. Yeah. And I want to say that's coming from that point. It's bourbon with a little bit extra flavour to it, I feel like. So that's going to be really excited to try some of the other offerings from Wild Turkey. Yeah. If you would like us to try some other offerings from Wild Turkey, give us a suggestion in the comments below. And I actually do have another one in a later episode, sometime in the future, another Wild Turkey offering, sitting at a more happy 60% ABV. It's good value in that 50% ABV.
Yeah, what's its dollary do?
$60 dues?
Huh.
Yeah, for 50% ABV, 6 to 8 years.
Yeah.
I reckon that's pretty good value.
Yeah, and if you were a bit more on the leaner side, you could probably dilute that down a little bit to get it back to your 40 or whatever and lengthen its legs or something like that. Or, you know, some people prefer it at 30. Yeah. I definitely prefer to know that I'm drinking alcohol and have a bit of that kick in there, but, you know, to each their own.
Yeah, I reckon it's hit the nail on the head. That value, that flavour, it's nice. I reckon, is this going to knock, I think this knocks Buffalo Trace off my favourite bourbon.
Okay. Yeah, it is a very bold bourbon flavour.
I'm happy. Yeah. It's currently my new favourite bourbon. Until it gets knocked off their rank. Stay tuned to find out. Because I've got a nice little Elijah Craig.
Okay.
And then I've got Wild Turkey Rare Breed, which is coming around 55-ish %, 112 proof. So they bumped it up a little bit more. And I think I've got one other bourbon in there.
It's definitely bold. It lives up to the name. It's a bold bourbon. Yeah. I'll definitely give it that.
I'm liking this bourbon. So, you know what to do. All the things downstairs. Likey, commenty. And if you want to see us drink any other famous American bourbons, let us know.
Yeah, willing to give it a go.
And we're the High Proof Brothers.
Sweet.
Oh, yeah. In my head, it was like, you bought it with a bottle.
Oh, that just ran up to the back of my throat and punched my tonsils.
My empath predicts that this will be slightly bitter.
It is. It's almost like they're classified as straw, isn't it?
We're making port.